I do love this car. Every day though I notice something a little bit interesting. It's gonna take 24 hours to charge my vehicle. Got 93 miles of range right now, which is 36% of my battery. That is not really enough to keep going. I try to keep above 20 at all times. This thing was gonna take me until I had 2 or 3% battery. It was, no, 4 or 5% battery. It was gonna take me to a point where I could have like 10 miles of range, and if I miss a turn, I'm effed. Which is a big flaw. That's not okay. You need to be able to keep people moving on the road and not scared that they're gonna have to be towed or be stranded somewhere. Currently charging at 6 miles per hour. All right, that's an improvement. Here's what's really interesting. Now I hit the climate button. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the climate off. And this is what they call a destination charger, which are really cool if you're like staying at the hotel, or like if you're at a casino you're going to be in for a while, or like outside of like an eatery where you're going to have a restaurant meal, you're going to be there for hours. Now we're charging at 17 miles per hour. So if I need to get from here, which is about 6 hours away, what, 6 times 60? It's only going to take me like 2 days of sitting here to have enough battery to get the 6 hours I need to finish my trip. Maybe it's 5, but like that's not possible. It's ridiculous. So there are some major things. The world's really not ready. We're the test dummies at this point, and like the technology is almost here. It's so close, it's not even funny. The self-driving thing is almost here, but even the other 2 Tesla drivers I spoke to today that were both Tesla campers as well, they're both big advocates of the FSD, the full self-drive, the hands-free mode. And they both said, no, I can't trust it completely. I have to take over sometimes. And so do I. And I've tried to trust it. I even tried to like kind of almost doze off and like get lazy, but I can't. Like on a straight road, it's going to be fine. It's going to figure it out. But certain things, it just can't. And there's a lot of flaws, like flaws that could be dangerous. The thing where it makes you touch the wheel and give it pressure, if it thinks it makes you grab the wheel and like move it and give it pressure, if it thinks you're not paying attention. Which is the stupidest thing in the world you could ever do at 85 miles an hour to a human being driving a car. Hey, alter what I'm doing that you're not involved in. I'm managing the car. Mess with the thing that steers it though. And a couple times I've touched it, I've done it, and it still has the thing going bleep, 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 bleep. Problem. Shake the wheel, apply slight pressure to the wheel, and then it goes again and again and again. It's about to pull off the road. Like we're shutting down self-driving. And you have to grab the wheel, and I got a video of it earlier. Like it's dangerous as all hell. Also, when you press the accelerator because the car's not going fast enough or trying to slow down for someone when it shouldn't, because that's dangerous to slow down for cars behind you and in traffic, and it just wants to do what's safest as its mind to not get hit. Well, sometimes that's very dangerous if you're causing a traffic impediment. So I do love this car like crazy. And I'm also noticing, man, it smells a little bit musky. I think it's the blankets I just rolled out that were in the campsite. Oh. Oh, yeah, I have to clean it tomorrow. There was a few flaws, like a few pretty major flaws. And when you accelerate to get out of the bad situation, this car maintains this. So the car maintains its control of your wheel, even though way down here, you're hitting the power and flying far away and is going really fast out of the bad situation. It doesn't stop steering. It should immediately know, hey, driver's in control now. Let me let go of the wheel. It doesn't let go of the fucking wheel. It's the most dangerous thing in the world. It's pretty much the reason I think I'm going to sell mine. I'm not down to crash at 85 miles an hour because of a technological glitch where I accelerate past an unsafe situation and the vehicle still tries to maintain control of the wheel. And to try to steer, it actually fights you. If you're trying to go to the left a little bit, it'll fight you back to the right. So dangerous. I've felt my car swerving, wiggling back and forth a bit, anywhere between 65 and 85 miles an hour. That's just not okay at all. So the Tesla's almost here. It needs some work. I think the technology will be there in the next couple of years. 4 or 5 years ago, I would never have been able to do this drive across the country. There just weren't enough chargers. So we're getting somewhere, but we're not quite there. So there's my true Tesla experience from today. I am at the edge of Louisiana and Texas. I might actually already be in Texas now, I'm not sure. But I've driven from Atlanta in the last less than 24 hours. It's been quite a drive. There's just a number of things the thing needs to figure out. Like leaving a human being with 2 to 4% battery because you want to take it as far as you can to the next charger. Your software's got to realize you cannot do that. One person makes a wrong turn or pulls over to Cracker Barrel or stops because someone in the car's got to go to the bathroom. Your car is going to get stuck on the side of the road with zero battery and be actually unable to get to a charger. And then sometimes they don't tell you if it's a supercharger or a destination charger. Well, guess what? I'm in a destination charger, and this is going to be 10 more hours until I can drive my car. So I either sleep here in the back of my car, let it charge all night, and then drive the rest of the way to Austin, Texas tomorrow, or I keep going tonight and I go find a supercharger station. But this throws a huge monkey wrench in. The supercharger stations have gotten really good because you can pull in and charge in a few minutes flat, and you're pretty set. Anywhere between 10 and 30 minutes is usually enough to get you a 60 to 80% charge, which is pretty darn good. Major improvement over past years. And what things I had kind of researched on these guys, on these vehicles. But we're not there yet. Now, the wheel holding on when I accelerate out of an unsafe situation and then go to like change lanes or go around the cars in front of me and then the wheel fighting me, that's like the most dangerous thing I've ever seen in my life, in any kind of technology ever. It's actually really freaky. And a high-speed crash is the biggest fear, obviously. You know, a lower speed crash would probably be all right. It's pretty mapped out with decent safety features, but if you get into a high-speed crash in these, one thing my cousin let me know about, he's had one for a few years, he's got glass breaking devices in each one. Not all of them have this where you can put your hand on it. A lot of them just have these guys. So the only way to open the car is if the car's electronics are running and in good condition, and if you've crashed, they're probably not. And what happens is emergency responders can't get into these vehicles. So the biggest issue when people have, perished or had really bad injuries and not gotten to the hospital on time, it's actually because the paramedics and firefighters can't get into the car. The cops can't get into it. They can hit your window. They have to break the window to get in, have window smashers. They can't just open the door and get you out. It's also how a lot of people have had problems in the past where they crash a Tesla and they can't get out of it. And they're flipped over upside down or on their side somewhere and they can't get out of the vehicle, and there's no way you can physically get out of these things. Now, the newer models do have this in the front doors only. But if you're in the back seat, you're up the creek. Break the window maybe on the lid, break these ones, but you got to have a glass breaker in the car, and they don't come with one. So a couple of little things that are a little sketchy, but hey, it's the world's first self-driving car. What can we expect? More soon. Maybe 10 hours soon.